Ciao, what's up everybody? Alright, we're on Winway. We're going to do a video about 3 different topics today. The first one is the dong. The dollar strengthens to the dong even more, setting a new record as of today, Monday. It's at about 2.5 million to $100. So it's 200K up, which is about $8. So it's pretty significant, $8 on 100. So it would be a really good time if you are going to be coming here. And this is probably the best time you could possibly come here because the dollar is so strong to the dong. Bring a couple $1,000s if you know you're going to spend it. The other thing we're going to talk about is 60% down in international incoming flights and people in October. So there's been a really big hit to the tourism. And then the third thing we're going to talk about is dong and explaining dong and what all the different bills equal to USD, because it can be a pretty confusing thing when you come here for your first time and there's so many zeros added onto it. Somebody brought it up in the lobby of the Discord that got here for the first time and they were like, holy Christ, there's so much zeros on the end, it's super confusing. So we're gonna sit down, I'll break down each dollar, each different dong and what it equates to in USD, in a really easy way that you can quickly do math to figure out how much dong equals USD in a pretty quick manner. So yeah, the first thing we're going to talk about is, so again today it's reached an all-time high. We were just talking about this in another video the other day. I have been having technical difficulties with my camera today. A new problem with the Sony ZV-1. I don't know if it's going to turn off again, but this is my third time shooting this video, so the dialogue should be pretty perfect with it. So I'm going to pay attention to the camera. Hopefully it doesn't turn off. This camera does not recover data when it does turn off. So let's hope that the third time is a good charm. And then we're going to walk around, do some other videos. We're not going to walk around Winway for the other 2 videos I have planned today. And then tomorrow we're going to be going to District 9, well, weather permitting, and shoot a bunch of content in District 9 because that's one of the places I have not filmed, through Duck City. And we're going to explore District 9 and why maybe you might want to live there, even though I don't know I could recommend it. People do claim to really love it though. So yeah, the dong as of today, the dollar has strengthened to a little over 2.5. So that's really good. 2.5 million for $100. Like I said, that's a pretty much an extra $8 that you're getting comparative to a month ago. So really good rates, in my opinion, to the dong. So it'd be wise to bring a significant amount of money with you. And you know, if you're going to be here a month, I think $2,000 would be pretty okay. The thing I forgot to mention in the video when we did talk about the money exchange is that you need to bring crisp, brand new $100 bills, or there will be a slight difference in price when it comes to the equation of it getting converted. So if you want the best possible exchange rate, definitely bring brand new $100 bills. Just go to your bank, say you want new $100 bills. They should be able to help with that. So bring new $100 bills. Any other smaller bills, they nick a little bit off for it, and any kind of used and banged up bills. In Cambodia, you can't even exchange messed up $100 bills. They won't even take them. Or if they do, they'll give you like $50 on 100. So quite a few places in Asia are like that, Southeast Asia. So just make sure you bring crisp, brand new $100 bills. So I think that's kind of covering that first part of the video I wanted to cover. The next thing I want to cover is, so the flights are down 60% in October, which there is no surprise there. You don't really see any tourists. It's not even a fraction of what it was pre-COVID. And I think the major reasons for this, I think it's a 3-pronged thing. So the first one's going to be the visa isn't very favorable. There's no multiple entry. So it's a single entry visa. And some people don't want to go waste a half a day going to the Cambodia border and renewing the visa and coming back. And that's just a pain in the ass. I totally understand that. The second thing is that flights are tremendously expensive still. Well, for some reason, flights are just way too expensive. And it doesn't make a lot of sense. Get more flights going and people will book them. Like, you know, it's crazy. It's like almost $1,200. Some people are giving me quotes of $1,200. Some people $2,000 to get here, depending on where they're at in the world. These are not okay prices. Now, I do have a little hack on how to get a cheaper airfare rate for when you're traveling around the world. I take a VPN and then I turn my VPN on and then I travel to Norway, essentially. So once you travel to Norway, and it doesn't matter that you're not flying out of Norway, you can set different points of origin and travel. It's just cheaper. It used to be pre-COVID up to 20% cheaper. It's about 5 to 10% cheaper now. So that's how I book my flights. I take a VPN, I go to Norway, and it seems to get a better rate. So I recommend you try it too. Again, all you do is take a VPN, and you can try different countries as well. And then travel to that different country on the VPN, and then open up that Traveloka or whatever you're using, booking.com, whatever flight thing you're using, and you should be all right. You should be able to find that you're going to get a better rate. Now, it might not be a tremendously better rate, but even 5%, 10% on $1,000, that's $100, 50 to $100. So that's a pretty good, significant change over just paying the regular fee, like if you're in America or whatever country you're in. The other thing you can do is, like I said, get that VPN, travel to different countries, check it out. So the next topic I want to talk about is the dong. So before we get into the dong, there is a Patreon. If you go on over to patreon.com/fatandbroke, you can support the channel on there. There's going to be YouTube classes, all kinds of extra stuff. I've already talked about that in another video, so there's really no point in bringing that back up again. So yeah, if you want to support the channel in different ways, there's links in the description to all the stuff that you can help the channel with. If you just want to watch the video, smash the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't. That's the best thing you can possibly do, and I greatly appreciate it. So those are the first two topics I wanted to talk about. You know, it's no surprise, because the last part on that, and the third reason why flights are down 60%, is that the hotels are too expensive, especially in Saigon. They're up like 50%, and which to me doesn't make a lot of sense. So what's happening is people are getting online and they're potentially thinking of a vacation here, but then they're like looking at the flight, they're looking at the hotel, and unless you've been to Vietnam and are in like super love with it or super keen to come back, you're not too inclined to book a pretty expensive trip when there's other destinations you could go, you know, for the price of the flight and the hotel. The flight and hotel for a decent hotel is coming up on the same price as like Korea. Like if it was me, I wouldn't go to Korea now because it's getting too cold, but I would choose other destinations. You know, the whole point of travel to Vietnam is that it's super affordable and it's a good price. You know, flights are pretty affordable. I think I flew here for like $450 on one way when I moved here. So I mean, and hotels were super cheap. You used to be able to get really nice hotels for like $20. Now all the hotels that are around us, the Hotel Majestic, which I did get quite a few comments from subscribers. They really liked Hotel Majestic. They said the rate's like $100 to $150 a night. So it's not a particularly cheap hotel. And the thing with all these hotels, like in this area that we're around, they're pretty much all French. So you do get that cool French old school architecture, but it's going to be an older building. It might be really nice on the inside, have a pool and all that stuff, but you know, is the Rex worth $100 a night? Is the Majestic worth $100 to $150 a night? I don't know. That's kind of debatable for me. I would rather stay somewhere outside of this area and pay $20, $30. Now there's other hotels here too. I can't remember the name of them all, but so I mean, that pretty much breaks down, in my opinion, why a lot of people aren't choosing Vietnam, and especially the visa situation. They've really got to get a handle. The news has been feverishly running articles again on them needing to really get the visa situation under control, that people aren't picking here because it's not long enough, it's not multiple entry. So hopefully there'll be a change. I don't think we're going to see one on visa policies this year. It's possible though. Things could change tomorrow. They could for some reason announce that there's this awesome visa policy change. I'm going to turn off and turn back on to save this because I lost the last two videos and I don't want to lose this one. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. So yeah, I mean, until they make more favorable policies, I don't think the hotels are ever going to drop back down again. They're trying to make back that COVID money, which, you know, we talked about this already in the other video. It's a very poor business plan in my opinion, but it's kind of the Vietnam way. They don't really care about making long-term customer returns. They just want whatever money they can get immediately right there and then, and kind of That's all that matters to them. So not much you can do about that. I've learned that over the years living here. It's very rare that a place cares about customer relations. So the last thing I want to talk about in this video, because it's been a pretty hotly contested thing, is understanding the dong. And it's actually way easier than what people think. So I'm going to get out all the different dongs and we're going to talk about it. So hold on, let me get in position here. Give me a second. I'm not going to edit this out like other YouTubers would. I believe my audience has an attention span, so let's position this down. So, dong is pretty easy to figure out. There are apps that I recommend getting. I'll maybe try to put the name of the app I used my first year here for figuring out like more complicated, more expensive prices of things that aren't so easy to do math. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with, oh, there's a big rat over here. Hey, buddy. Oh, yeah, he's right next to me. Got a big old tail now. You guys want to see him? You can kind of see him there. Once you live here enough, rats don't bother you at all. Get it, buddy. Have fun ratting away. They live inside these benches, so you're like sitting underneath rats here all the time. Kind of gnarly. Okay, so we're going to start off with the first bill, which is a 500K. This is the biggest bill that you can get in Vietnam. It's 500K. So you would think, wow, this is a lot of money, right? This is about $20. So all you have to do is take 100K is $4. Now, it's going to be more now. I'll put the exact rates because the dollar is so strong to the dong if you're coming from America, but 500K is roughly 20 USD dollars. So this is their biggest bill, their biggest denomination, and the problem you'll have with this bill if you only have these is a lot of people aren't going to have change for these. Taxi drivers aren't going to have change. A lot of places aren't going to have change. So yes, you want to have these, but you want to have smaller bills too, because often change is hard to find and they have to ask somebody. Same with like a Grab driver if you're going to pay cash. So let's put that one away. That's the first one. Put that under there. The next biggest bill they have is the 200K. So this is a 200K. 200K is roughly $8 USD. So this is a good bill to have. Preferably, I'm happy when the ATM shoots out all 200Ks when I pull out like 2 million or 3 million. I don't like it when it pushes out all 500Ks. But this is probably, in my opinion, their best bill if you want something with a little bit of value and not carry around a lot of little money. So the 200K is $8. So you'll see it gets easier as I keep going down. I'll explain things. So the next bill that they have is the 100K. So the 100K. This is their third largest bill, the 100K. And the 100K is worth approximately $4 USD. So this is another really common one that you'll see a lot. This is worth roughly $4 USD. I'll put the exact translation now that it's high for each one of these, but it's going to be roughly pretty close. So this is another handy one to always have with you. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about. Do I got any? Yeah, I got one. Cool. The next one we're going to talk about, so this is their next biggest dollar underneath the 100K, is the 50K. The 50,000 dong. The 50,000 dong, if you're going to figure out the math here as we kind of been going, is worth $2, approximately $2 USD. So the way I figured out all the prices for stuff was pretty much off this value. The 100K is $4, and then you can kind of scale up and do all the math around knowing that 100K is worth $4, 50K is worth $2. So now we're going to start getting into the little bills. The next biggest size they have is roughly 20K, which is about worth $1. So about $1. This bill is worth about $1. Roughly $1, I think a little bit more. Yeah. So about $1 there. And then the next one you have, do I got any 10Ks? Yeah, I got some 10Ks. It's 10K. which 10K is like, what is 10K worth? 20, 40, 60, 80. 20K is worth a little bit more than $2. I'm gonna put the exact amounts. I think the 10K is worth like 80 something cents. I'll put the exact amount on that. So these are very common. You want to have a lot of 10s and 20s for buying street food, buying coffee, buying all that different stuff. Hold on, let me get 10K right now out of the phone. And then they've got smaller. We're gonna go smaller. Let me do 10K. Give me 2 seconds. I'll use my currency app, which I rarely use anymore. I don't even know where it's at. Is it even on here? USD. Let me just Google it. 10K dong to USD. 40 cents. Okay, so since the dollar's so strong, 10K is worth 40 cents. So I thought it was about 50 cents. It's about 40 cents. So 20K is going to be 80 cents now. Yeah, so 20K is 80 cents. So then we'll get into the smaller. So then the next one under that is 5K, which if we can do our math there, should be 40 cents. 5K to dong USD, 20 cents. My bad. So 5,000 is 20 cents. Which you'd be like, why don't they have coins? Well, surprisingly, like a energy drink here is 10K, so 40 cents. 40 cents for drinks. That's still the great thing, even with like inflation. We're gonna do the video about inflation today too, but even with the inflation, still pretty good. I don't have any 2Ks. The next bill would be 2K. So let's do 2K, even though I don't have one. Okay, dong USD. 0.08 cents. So 2K is 0.08 cents. We don't have that one. So then we've got the 1K. And the 1K is worth 0.04 cents. So you would think that they should just have, you know, change, right? Like little small bills, they don't. So like, or small coins, they got rid of coins. So that's pretty much the dollar system. Let's see, I think I'm way off on what 100K is worth now. I think it's gonna be stronger. No, $4. So 100K is still $4. 4.02. So let's do the 500K. 500K I was dead right on. Everything else I was dead right on. 500K is 20 bucks. So that's the best way to figure out dong in Vietnam. I'll also list the app that I use. I don't even know if I still have it, but I used to use an app quite often when it was larger amounts. So put my wallet away so I don't lose anything. You absolutely don't want to leave or lose anything in Vietnam. You will not get it back. So hold on, let me switch the distance here. So that was the video, guys. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope this is going to help a lot of you guys out. Like I said, if I was coming right now, I would bring a considerable amount of brand new $100 bills to get translated at the money exchange because the dollar is so strong to the dong. So as ever, thank you for watching. Stay frosty. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.